Are you thinking of buying or acquiring a market shop space or a store space in a market? On today's episode, I'll tell you things to look out for. I am Funmi Amunega-Ajayi. I am a property doctor. I'm here to give you tips on how to acquire buildings, how to maintain buildings, and how to manage your buildings to help you save money and to even help you make more money. I am a builder and I have a PhD in forensic accounting. On today's episode, I will tell you how to acquire a shop space or a store space in a market. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's talk about acquiring properties generally. First of all, my advice is pay all personal debts before embarking on any purchase of property. You know, it doesn't really sound very well that you're going into a big investment because purchasing or acquiring property is a big investment. So you are owing somebody and you have not paid both the bank or the person you are owing, and you're going into a big investment. Try and pay all personal debts before embarking on any purchase of properties. Number 2, save. No matter how small or how big you earn, on a monthly basis, keep aside a percentage. It is good to keep aside a percentage. Some people say, the money is not even enough, so what am I going to save? But what if the money didn't even come in? Try to save a percentage. The next one is buy property according to your financial strength. You know the saying that says, cut your coat according to your size. I say, cut your coat according to your cloth. My friend of mine told me, it's not actually cutting your coat according to your cloth or to your size, because your size might be big, but you can cut your coat according to your pockets. The next thing I think you should do is count the cost. Have a plan. What do you want to do? This is what I want to do, and this is how much it's going to cost me. You know your financial capability, so you plan according to your income. Even when you have faith, try as much as possible to make it real. Have a payment plan. The number of years you want to pay for the property is important for you to know, so that you can plan according to those periods, those times that you are going to be maybe shaking in your financial income, so that you can plan properly. You have to weigh the risk. Make sure that the property you are buying is authentic. You are buying from the original source, and make sure it is legal. There are legal ways of acquiring properties. You can acquire through purchase, through inheritance. You can acquire through mortgage. That means you go to a mortgage bank to get a support for them to give you a loan to buy a property. You can acquire a property as a gift, maybe gift from parents or from friends, from relatives, or from even grandparents. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's talk about some of the reasons why you should buy properties. You know, properties appreciate over time. When you build a house or you buy a house or a building or whatever, you find out that over a period of time, as development comes to that area, the property appreciates. You will never sell the building lower than what it cost you to buy it. There is this pride of owning a property. That's why you see on social media, when people buy properties or they build houses, you see them having a housewarming party, enjoying themselves, and they are happy to show it off on social media that they have a new property. Properties are assets. They last for a very long time. When there is no problem like earthquakes or tremors and so on, you find out that the properties are actually assets, and you can transfer them to your children. You can transfer them to your loved ones. It is also a long-term investment. When you are investing in property or you are buying properties for investment, you find out that you can get income in that way, through rent or through sale or even through a long lease. Finally, I think property lasts long. It lasts long to the extent that you can get value for your money anytime, whether immediately you bought the property or even after a very long time. Stay tuned. Yeah, welcome back. Let's talk about things to look out for when buying a shop space or a stall space in a market. The first thing I think you need to look out for is do a research into the market. What is the market all about? Is it a specialized market, or is it just a general market where you can sell whatever you like? For instance, you cannot sell fish or chicken in a building material market. It doesn't flow. So you have to look at the market and what the market is meant to be for. Look at the accessibility, the location of the market. In what area is it located? Is it located in the central town or maybe in a satellite town? You have to check all those things and see the accessibility, how people can come into the market to buy if you have a shop space in that market. Then you have to look at the location. Is this location for what kind of business you want to do? Will it be good enough? Look at the environment of the market you are thinking of buying into. Is the market properly arranged for people to come and buy things? Will you know where to go to get what at what time? And maybe, for instance, if it is you want to buy chicken or you want to buy meat, you go to the area where you get those things. Are they arranged accordingly? Do you get groceries at the right place, or everything is just mixed up? So you have to think about those things when you want to get a market shop space. You have to look at parking space as well. Are there enough parking spaces for both the buyers and the sellers in the market? Safety is very important. You have to look also for places where you can get safety measures put in place properly. Adequate safety measure. You have to make sure that there's fire protection. We don't want to have cases of fire outbreak in the market. Is the market properly built to the specification whereby you have safety measures in place? Do you have fire hydrants? Do you have hose reels, fire hose reels in case there is fire? Do you have fire extinguishers? Do you have smoke detectors? Do you have your security personnel in place that will look out for such things? Do you have adequate water supply in the market? Do you have the convenience, the toilet spaces? Do you have that in place? When you get all these things together after checking, then you now count the cost. Can you afford to get a shop space in that place? If you look at it and you think, okay, maybe you don't have enough money, does the market have a payment plan which you can benefit from, or can you get a mortgage to pay for the market shop space that you are looking at? So you prepare yourself physically and psychologically. You cannot get a market shop space and at the end of the day you will not have peace of mind. That is not business or investment venture when you start putting yourself under so much stress. So another important research that you should do is make sure you know the reason why you need the market shop space. Do you need it for business income, or do you need to use it as a person? If you have the space by yourself, are you using it by yourself, or do you want to rent it out to somebody else for use? These are some of the things that you should look out for when you are planning to acquire a market shop space or a stall space. Stay tuned. In this episode, Mpape Markets, Mpape Abuja, and Building and Decorative Material Market, Dr Dei-Dei in Abuja are our focal points of markets for today. Mpape Market is a generalized market. Come, let me show you. There are shops. You can sell different things, clothes, shoes. You can sell food items. You can sell meat, and they have different things which you can sell in the Mpape Market. Now the shop spaces comprise of, the spaces are different. and it comprises of big shops and small shops. There are en-suite shops, duplex shop spaces, there's a banking hall, cold rooms, they have restaurants, they have warehouses, they have spaces for open store, open market in Mpape market. Now let's go to Dei-Dei market. In building and decorative material market, Dr Dei-Dei is a specialized market and they sell building materials and decorative materials. In this particular market, there are spaces for big shops, for small shops, for warehouses, banking halls, and different spaces. Also, you have places where you can sell your tiles, your cement, your paint, your lighting, electrical fittings, and so on. There are banking halls for banks that may want to open their branches there. And you have warehouses for the big dealers who want to store or stockpile their goods for a later time. Thank you for staying tuned with us, and thank you for watching this program. We hope you have learned one or two things, and thank you for subscribing to our channel. If you have not done so, please subscribe on this channel on the link below. Thank you.